Good day, sir. My name is Narijay Santo Tomas, and our topic is all about curriculum evaluation.
Curriculum evaluation, the process of obtaining information for judging the worth of an educational program, product, procedure, educational objectives, or potential utility of alternative approaches designed to attain specified objectives.
Okay, I would like to highlight judgment or judging. So, that is curriculum evaluation. When you evaluate, you obtain information in preparation for judgment. Okay, ito nga yung part ng ating curriculum kung saan, for example, si teacher nakaupo dyan. Nandyan yung result ng exam, nandyan ang result ng quizzes. Magdidesisyon siya whether to continue to the next topic or remain on the same topic and then emphasize some points. Okay, so dun pa lang, you are judging already. So, si teacher ba judge din? So, ang answer po dyan ay yes. We always judge naman kasi judgmental tayo. And technically, we are judgmental but in a positive way. Like you judge the learner, a learner's progress. When you give grade, diba? We judge them. We judge them by the feedback we get from them. We judge the curriculum based on the results. We judge their performance based on their output. So definitely, technically speaking, we judge all the time. Okay, so kahit nga wala pang quiz, wala pa tayo sa evaluation part, nag-evaluate na talaga tayo eh. So why? It is because dun pa lang sa pagsulat mo ng objectives, you are already evaluating. You are already assessing. Why? It is because i-consider mo yung SMART. So, ano nga po ulit yung SMART? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So, dun pa lang nag-a-assess ka na what type of objective should I indicate, or should I include, or what should I exclude. Okay, so curriculum evaluation is not only in the latter part. It happens everywhere, anywhere in the curriculum from beginning up to end.
Curriculum evaluation is also concerned about finding out whether the curriculum is relevant and responsive to the needs of the society and the learners. It is a scientific and dynamic process of understanding the merit of any curriculum.
Sa pamamagitan po ng curriculum evaluation, dito po natin makikita kung ang isang curriculum ba ay nagbibigay yung needs at nagbe-benefit ang society, lalo na po ang mga learners.
So next is the purposes of curriculum evaluation. The first one is essential in providing feedback to learners.
So, dito naman po, it helps to provide useful information para matulungan ng bata na mag-improve ang kanilang performance. Pati na din po sa mga teachers para ma-identify nila ang strength and weaknesses ng isang bata.
The next one is helpful in determining how well learners have achieved the objectives of the curriculum.
Kaloob naman po dito kung yung student ba ay may natutunan or na-master yung desired outcomes and objectives ng isang curriculum.
And last po is to improve curriculum.
So, sa resulta po ng evaluation, ito po ay nagsiserve as basis kung paano mai-improve ang curriculum or kung ano pang mga innovations ang dapat pang gawin para mas ma-improve ang learning.
So, good day everyone. My name is Angel Odalorio and I will be discussing the models of curriculum evaluation. Discrepancy evaluation model. This model for curriculum evaluation was developed by Malcolm Provus, 1971, to evaluate the projects under the Elementary and to Secondary Education Act in the United States. Provus has four major stages of conducting evaluation. First is determining program standards. Second is determining program performance. Third is comparing the performance with standards. And lastly, determining whether a discrepancy exists between performance and standards. Next is Tyler Models of Curriculum Development, Ralph Tyler, 1950. Aligned to his models of curriculum development, Ralph Tyler 1950 proposed 7 steps for evaluating for curriculum. First is establishing of goals and objectives. It starts in establishing the specific goals and objectives to incorporate the whole curriculum. Second is classification of the objectives. After we establish our goals and objectives, we need to classify the objectives according to the corresponding function. And third is definitions of the objectives in behavioral terms. We need to clearly identify the context of objectives that can be applied to the student's behavior. Fourth is identifications of situations which achievements of the objects could be shown. We need to determine if they achieve the objectives throughout the process. Fifth is selections of criterion of measurement products. We can establishing the measurements of the effective goals and objectives in the curriculum. Six is collecting of data about pupil performance. We gather data to the learner's performance about the goals and the objectives. And lastly, comparison of findings with stated objectives. We compare the results between the learners and the stated objectives. Next is Staplebeam CIPP model. The PhilDelta Kappa National Study Committee on the Evaluation, chaired by Daniel L. Staplebeam, developed and published a curriculum evaluation model as known as Context, Input, Process, and Product Model by Staplebeam, 1971. Staplebeam CIPP evaluation model, including context input, context evaluation, input evaluation, process evaluation, and product evaluation. When we say context evaluation, according to Staplebeam, it is the most basic kind of evaluation. Its purpose is to provide a strong rationale for determining curriculum objectives. In input evaluation, it aims to provide information by determining how resources are utilized to achieve curriculum objectives. And process evaluation naman focuses on providing periodic feedback while the curriculum is being implemented. And lastly, the product evaluation it aims to gather, interpret, and appraise the curricular attainments, not just the end of the implementations of the curriculum. And that's
Robert Stake's Congruency Contingency Evaluation Model. It gives a broad base for program improvement and identify factors related to the success or failure of the total program. But before we proceed to our discussion, let me give you some information about Robert Stake. Robert Stake was born on December 18, 1927. He is a professor emeritus of education at the University of Illinois. He studied at Adams, Nebraska. He is also a leader in development of program evaluation methods. Robert Stake also claimed that curriculum evaluation is not complete unless 3 categories of data are made available. These categories of data are antecedents, transactions, and outcomes. The first category is antecedents. Antecedents is any condition existing prior to teaching and learning. It also involves students and teachers' data. Students and teachers' data was students' personal background and prior knowledge. For teachers, their teaching method and strategies, classroom management and professional background, goals and objectives of the program, surroundings, and physical features is considered as antecedents. The second category is transactions. Transactions includes time allotment, sequence of steps, social climate, and communication flow. Time allotment. The time allotment is the schedule of classes, meetings, and conferences. The sequence of steps are the process of procedures of the program, instructional practices of the teacher, learning experiences of the students' performance assessments. Social climates is the relationship between the teachers and the students. Here are some guide questions involved in the second category, which is the transaction. Are the teachers approachable? Are the students respect their teachers? The communication flow. The organizational structure in school. The curriculum evaluation will not be completed unless these categories are made available. The third category is outcome. The outcome includes students' learning in the form of understanding, skills, and values or attitudes, as well as the effect of the curriculum on the teachers, students, and the school. For example, grade 1 student must possess the following skills: to write, to spell, and read common words. Complete a sentence with a correct capitalization and punctuation. Students' learning in the form of values and attitude, being honest, respectful, humble, and many more. Effect of the curriculum on the teachers, students, and school. It enhance their teaching strategies, expand and practice their profession, provide the necessary learning for the students, and achieve the learning outcome. Congruency. Congruency refers to the degree of alignment between what was desired and what was actually achieved. Contingency refers to the relationship between one variable and another. Next, we proceed for the fifth model, which is the Eisner's Educational Connoisseurship Model. It is proposed by Elliott Wayne Eisner. Before we proceed to our discussion, let me give you some brief information about Elliott Eisner. He was born on March 1993 and died on January 2014. He is also a professor of art and education at Stanford Graduate School of Education. He is also known for his work in arts education, curriculum studies, and educational evaluation. He maintained that arts were critical to developing skills in young students, and the arts position in the school curriculum symbolizes to the young what adults believe is important. He is also known for his quotation that the arts teach children the problem can have more than one solution and that question can have more than one answer. So let's proceed to our discussion about Eisner's Educational Connoisseurship Model. Eisner's Educational Connoisseurship Model is an approach to evaluation emphasized to qualitative appreciation It is important to get into details of what is actually happening inside the classroom. On the belief that knowledgeable or expert evaluator can determine whether a particular curriculum program has been successful using a combination of skills and experience. In connoisseurship evaluation model, music, dance, and art is essential in developing critical thinking skills for children. It is also an approach to evaluation. Eisner's educational connoisseurship model divided into two, which is the connoisseurship and the criticism. Criticism is the art of disclosing qualities of an entity that connoisseurship perceives. This type of thinking has a varied expectation, goals, and hopes for student, requires creativity, exploration, or investigation, and helping others to see what they might not have seen before. In other words, the criticism is also an art of saying useful things about complex. Learning should be an exploration. Eisner was a proponent of arts-based approach to educational criticism. He believed that educational critics should evaluate curriculum the same way art critics analyze art. From this arts-based approach came his idea of educational connoisseurship. Educators can become critics of the art the students create, evaluating for understanding as well as aesthetic of the product. There is a three aspect of criticism. The first one is descriptive aspect, the second one is interpretative aspect, and the third one is the evaluative aspect. The first one is the descriptive aspect. It is the attempt to characterize and portray the relevant qualities of educational life. An evaluator may look at elements such as the number and type of questions in a class, the discussion time, and the impression of class and the students. Within all of these create a general aesthetic of what the program looks and feels like. The second one is the interpretative aspect. Uses ideas from social science to explore meanings, to develop alternative explanation, to enlighten the rules and the regularities. The evaluator is drawing on multiple theories of knowing various viewpoints in a variety of models to interpret the activities in the educational environment. The third one is the evaluative aspect, the underlying architecture where judgments are made in an effort to improve educational processes and grounds for the value choices made so that others might better disagree. It also presents a better argument or proper evaluation of results. Eisner also believed that arts are important in students' learning. The same concept of connoisseurship used in art could also work in educational evaluation by emphasizing that teaching requires artistic skills. Education is a cultural art, and this is a process differing from individuals to individual. Connoisseurship model does not base its evaluation on test scores. It is not true reflection of the student's acquired knowledge. Not doing well in a structured test does not mean that the student is a failure. The student may be gifted in other areas like music, dance, or theater. Learning is individualistic. Curriculum should be evaluated like arts through appreciation and criticism. He believed He believed that addressing the educational crisis should be qualitative in nature rather than quantitative. Knowledgeable evaluation should come from conversation, appreciation, and expertise in a subject matter,